You remember me? You're watching The Beautiful Shut-In, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about how to be a really amazing bridesmaid. So there's a major part of it is supporting your friend emotionally. Weddings are so stressful. Like, everybody's telling you, oh, it's your day. And it doesn't really feel like your day at all because you're like just trying to make everybody happy. And, there's a million and one things to do. And people are calling you and they're saying like, oh, can so-and-so come? And people are leaving you messages that are like, oh, sorry, the chairs are going to be double the cost now because the wedding's in August. And people are old and they're going to want to sit down, so you're going to need chairs. And there's all these costs, the financial side of it. And it can be so overwhelming. And I know for me, like, I basically was so overwhelmed that I married the wrong person. So I don't know, like, I think if you can really be there for your friend and like talk her through everything. And there's a book I really love called How to Love by Gordon Livingston, and I'll put a link below. And it outlines like the things that you should be looking for in a partner, like honesty, kindness, courage, humor, beauty, that they make you feel beautiful, flexibility, and tolerance and loyalty. Like, these are things that you really need in like a long-term partnership. So he kind of goes through each one and talks about it. So I think a great bridesmaid would really like bring up some of those conversations and ask like, are you guys on the same page? And do you want the same things? And because it's such a major decision, and that's part of being there too, is to go through it. And I would tell them, that like how stupid it is to have a wedding at all, like how it's such a waste of money. And, it's like, if I ever got married again, I would get married on a beach with my partner, maybe with one or two other people, and I'd be wearing a pretty dress, and that's it. And I would, it would be about the connection between me and my partner, and just like all this other extra stuff and all these people and everything really diminishes the bond that you guys share. So I know it's different for everybody, but that's just how I feel that there's a lot of other things I'd rather do with that money. And so yeah, I would just like make sure you go through everything with her and you're there for her. And also make sure you have fun. Like, have a lot of fun. Like, brides love talking about their wedding. So like, ask her lots of questions. Like, are you thinking of going like bohemian, like classic bohemian? Are you going to go romantic? Like, how do you want people to feel? And brides just love talking about this kind of stuff. So ask them lots of questions and like get really excited. And then when you're at the wedding, like, be really like upbeat and positive and like be getting people out on the dance floor and be like, hey, come on, dance. Like, that's a number one fear that brides have, is that no one's going to be dancing on the dance floor. So if you can like make the party happen, like she'll love you forever. The other thing I wanted to mention was to really check in after the wedding, because it can be really like such a community-oriented event. Everybody's saying yes to everything you want, and you kind of have this skewed vision of reality. And so when the wedding's over, you're kind of like in shock. And I know for me, like, we had this huge cake, and people had a couple pieces, and then I had the rest of it just like there, and I ended up eating like pretty much all of it. And I had these crazy like highs and lows, and I was just like losing my mind and so lonely after this huge community event where I was being celebrated. So yeah, like, check in with her and like make sure that she's doing okay. And probably don't get like a full-on acupuncture cupping shoulder treatment, especially if you have to wear a backless dress right before. Wouldn't recommend that. Although I just did cupping for the first time, and I am absolutely blown away. And I feel like I have to join Yelp and leave a comment because, yeah, like I just feel so good after the session. So yeah, I'll put a link below to that too, because this Chinese medicine doctor, Lily, that I met today is phenomenal. Yeah, so I think, yeah, hopefully this video helped. And if you have any questions or anything you'd like me to make a video about, leave me a comment. And thank you so much for subscribing. It's so encouraging when people subscribe, and yeah, it just helps me to know that I'm going in the right direction. So remember, you're beautiful and you're amazing and you're unstoppable. Bye.